Hello everybody, this is Frogman and welcome to a brand new series on the channel. Today we're going to start out messing around with a pack called Ultimate Alchemy by RWTema. This pack is a skyblock based pack where we are basically automating all of the things out of basic materials to find an end goal in the pack, which we will find out here just very shortly what this is. This is a fairly old pack. It came out sometime last year. I started playing it and got kind of somewhat a little bit of the way through it, and then I think something else came up and I stopped playing it. I do want to try to get it completed. It is I watched several YouTube Let's Plays or playthroughs on it, and it looked like something very interesting, or at least something that would interest me, and hopefully it will interest you guys. Straight up down the kind of path that I like to play Minecraft. So nothing is happening with Manufactio. I am still going to be recording and maybe putting out series on that one. I'm just getting to the point where the skyblock itch is starting to take a little bit more of a hold than it usually does, and I know we have a skyblock version of Manufactio, but I figured we can possibly save that for another time. So like I said, I wanted to get this pack started and completed, so let's go ahead and get into it. We need to go ahead and create us a new world, and because it's a skyblock world, we need to go ahead and create it from a template, so we'll just toss in Let's Play World in here. Of course, we always do something like this. And that one. Create a new world, so we now have a new world, and away we go. It's a fairly lightweight pack. There's only about 86 mods in it, so it's not too hard on a computer, not too hard on loading. Of course, there's a few little missing things, but that's the only time we're going to see that. I had a good time with this because of the way that you create resources compared to normal skyblock packs. This is not one of those, using, ex nihilo or other types of things. It's based on basic alchemy of various products from simple resources. So we got our initial books, we have a chest, we have an island here that has an end portal, and a couple of islands. Both of these two islands are how we start our resources. So that took a long time. Excuse me. Anyhow, we have a chest full of some stuffs, and in here, these are translocators. Their graphic, or for whatever reason, is being a little odd. Let's get that fixed. Whatever. We'll worry about that later. Anyhow, we have a flux capacitor, a mechanical crafter, translocators, destruction wand, building wand, an acceleration wand, and a book with instructions. This is what we go through and find out how we're doing things. So let's go ahead and give it a read. All right, this is from Professor Spite, Master of Examinations. You may be surprised to find yourself on a floating platform in the middle of an empty void. I can assure you this is not the result of one of your many benders, but in fact a serious matter. As I have complained to Headmaster RWTema on many occasions, your behavior at this academy has been distinctly less than impressive. You are constantly late to class, you do not take proper notes, and answer back in an undeservedly arrogant tone. If it were up to me, you would have been expelled from Grimble's Academy years ago, but for some reason the other masters seem to want to give you endless second chances. I can assure you, however, this is your last chance. You have failed to achieve sufficient academic marks, and it is my right as Master of Examinations to demand that you take a makeup test or be expelled. The test I have chosen for you is a very old one. It is the Ultimate Alchemy exam. Oh boy. You have been banished to the void realm and cannot return until the exam is completed. Nearby you should find special barrels containing infinite amounts of cobblestone and wood logs, so that's nice to know. Your task is to alchemize these cobblestone and oak logs into the rarest and most difficult substance to create, clay. Yeah, we're going to be making clay, just to get out of here. I trust after all the lectures you've slept through that you are aware of the great difficulty of clay alchemy. Maybe, I don't know. This exam is open book, so do make use of Professor Mez's JEI spell for information. In addition, your feet have been blessed with a flying spell, and your stomach has been blessed with an anti-hunger charm. So what that means is we don't need to eat, and we have creative flight. We, however, can still take damage, so if we do fall or do something or step in fire or whatever, you're going to end up taking damage. So I would wish you luck, but surely a wonder child such as yourself has no need for it, so I will simply say do not be afraid to give up. Yours, Professor Spite, Master of Examinations. I don't know why he's worried about giving up. I'm not giving up. Addendum from Headmaster Tema. Don't let Old Spitesy get you down. The ultimate alchemy exam ain't exactly easy, but it's very doable. Just keep your goal in sight and you'd be surprised what can be accomplished. By the way, it ain't part of the exam, but if you really want to show up Old Spitesy, see if you can completely automate the entire clay alchemy process. It's something that he failed to do when he took the ultimate test, and I know it bugs him. P.S. I snuck an acceleration 1 into the exam chest. Don't tell anyone. Well, thank you. All right, well, let's grab all this out of here. These guys will fix themselves once we place them down, and I will go ahead and just put this stuff in here. All right, so the goal for the pack is that we need to craft stuff out of that and out of that into clay. Yeah, well, that's clay with a bunch of different things in a tier chaotic fusion crafting system, which that we all know as anything in Draconic Evolution is a rabbit hole that is going to be quite a while. So this is going to take some time. I expect this to be a while. Now we've got other things like cobblestone, grass blocks, diamonds, podzol, things like this. This doesn't look terrible until you start looking at some of the rabbit holes. So like one of the first large ones that we're going to be having to mess with is lapis. Lapis is, of course, ore, which we're not going to be able to get, I don't believe, in this pack, or at least not right now. And we have to craft this in a fluid transposer. So we need polished diorite and what's something called a essence of true blue. Well, essence of true blue is made in fractioning still with essence of royal blue, which is made in a alchemical imbuer with gold and essence of very blue, which is made in essence of blue, regular essence of blue, and another fractioning still, which is then another fractioning still with mildly blue, then another alchemical blue imbuer with essence of slightly blue and blue floral powder, because that's the only way we're going to get blue dye. Well, essence of slightly blue is made again with water and more blue floral powder. So that's just a long line of machines that we have to be able to do to get into the system. Actually shouldn't stop there. There's a rabbit hole here. I don't remember. One of these other ones is really nasty. I think it's emeralds. I don't remember. It's been a little while since I've played this. So emeralds or molten emeralds, smelting, all that kind of stuff. I think that we're going to get into that. We will find it. Actually, yeah, that was one of them. It's right there. Back to the magma crucible. Where is it? This is paper wealth, which is either this recipe, which is paper gold, or this, or a coagulated blood, a sweat-drenched cloth, and a player tier drop. Now, if I remember correctly, you make the cloth or something. There's a way of finding this in here where you have to wipe your tears or you wipe yourself down with the cloth and then craft that so that it does. And the tears are something else entirely. There's a lot of comedy, there's a lot of fun in this, and there is a lot of just general silliness all the way around. So we do have Yaba barrels in the game, and these are set up so that they will continuously make infinite amounts of the resources that we have. So we have infinite cobblestone, and we have infinite wood. There's also a stone barrel that once we craft it, we will have infinite smooth stone. So I guess the first thing we probably need to do is, of course, get a little bit of wood and craft us a crafting station, crafting table, so that we can start making a few things. And Tinker's in the back, so we can use the crafting station. So I'm going to plunk that down right there. To get started, what we need to do is we need to be able to get some basic, simple stuff going. So I need some smooth stone, so I'm going to grab a bunch of this wood, and I will go ahead and craft a tool here in just a little bit once we have the ability to do a better job at tools. So let's craft some furnaces up. And I will just make that many of them, and we'll go ahead and just plunk these down right here and start feeding them with the wood products. So put one of those in there, and I should have grabbed a little bit more wood because we're going to need a bunch of charcoal. Charcoal is probably going to be our earliest way of making power, so we're going to have to start automating quite a bit of this. So put that in here. that in there, and I guess I will do this and that for right now. You guys are done. All right, that's the first one. Thank you. And away we go. Get one more going. There we go. Cool. All right. Now, that will, like I said, that'll get us a little bit of stuff going on. So in order to make certain things, especially iron and gold and all of the metals, all of the materials we would normally get in order to be able to make regular machines or anything else for that matter, we have to find how we do that. So the first process is that I want to look at is I want to look at how I craft iron. Well, iron ore is obviously we can smelt iron ore and put it over stone, but this is not going to help us. The orchid, which is an eventual thing, I don't even think we can craft in this pack, so then we're looking at iron ingots. Iron ingots, we can craft them as we know, or we can smelt compressed cobblestone and we get 4 ingots. So let's go ahead and take this cobblestone and make some compressed cobblestone real quick. And I think I can do recipe on that and do this. Thank you. There we go. And I am going to grab some of this charcoal that we have made and toss that into that guy and get him going, as well as refeed some of these. There we go. And that should get us our first iron. Excellent. So now we can at least make a better tool. So I want a couple of these. So a pickaxe, please. And did we get that done? Yes, we did. Cool. And an axe. Because I want to pull both of these guys back. And they're wooden barrels, so they're breakable with a axe. Well, what do you call it? An axe. So let's grab both of these guys. Thank you. And I'm going to pull these guys back over to here where we're working, just to make life a little bit easier. And we'll put you down. Now, I also want to take a piece of, let me grab another piece of this charcoal here. Thank you. And we will put you in here, and I want to make a piece of stone so that I can make the next barrel. So how much iron do we got now? You're getting some iron. It's actually a really good way of making iron. I mean, you get lots and lots and lots of iron from it, so that's awesome. And we will automate that process in just a little bit. I just want to get the next barrel up and running. So a Yaba barrel, or barrel, these stone barrels, item barrels, as we can see here, this is the wood barrel, this is the stone barrel, and this is the cobblestone barrel. So I would like to make that one, which is a bunch of chests. To do these, to do that, there's a stone barrel. Okay, so that means I don't have to smelt stone anymore, so we can stop doing that. And I have infinite levels of all of those, which is very nice. That means, you know, don't have to mine any of that stuff, don't have to cut trees down. Awesome. So, on to the next step. In order to automate things in this pack, for the beginning, automations are based around a mechanical crafter. So, a mechanical crafter is pretty simple. It's just stone and wood. So we've got a little bit of stone here. Let's grab a bit more because I would like to make a few of these. So let's see, do this, make some wood, make some crafting tables, and make us a bunch of these. All right, now mechanical crafting tables are going to let us do, like I said, as stated, be able to do some of the automations. So that little wood into wood planks is something that I can automate. Excuse me. The being able to automate that iron production system, which what we're going to do right now is not be too terribly picky, because as I said, we can get quite a bit of it very quickly. So you need to keep working, sir. Thank you. And we will be automating that fairly shortly. Actually, I don't know, maybe today, maybe later, just depends. So he's given us liquid translocators and item translocators to be able to actually do things. So I'm going to put those back. I don't really need those. Now, what I want to do is, the first thing I want to be looking at doing is, we have iron, so now I need to figure out how to make at least redstone. So redstone, again, redstone ore, I'm not even going to bother looking at this. We're going to look at the redstone. How do I craft redstone? Well, the last process was smelting something, but of course we can't smelt anything here. So we've got to have some kind of crafting way to make redstone. Now, there's a lot of crafting recipes in this pack that are going to be based off of an iron pickaxe and a bowl and some type of thing. So if we look at the uses on this, we're going to be able to see a lot of the things that we can do. So I could even actually make an iron AOIT if I want to right now. So redstone, glowstone, gravel, sand, and ender shards are all makeable with some version of this recipe, which is totally and completely automatable in the, what do you call it, mechanical crafters. So it's also getting a little dark, so let's go ahead and make a couple of torches, just because. All right, cool. We'll just toss these down in the corners because it's kind of dark. Where did I put that? Over there? Right there. Okay. And we'll go over and do this. All right. That's a little better. So, in order to make redstone, I need to be able to make some bowls, and I need to be able to make some levers. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and I'm going to grab that and this and this, and here's some of, like I said, some of the recursive crafting that has to happen. Now I have a bunch of redstone. Very cool. So I can at least craft something that will help me automate the furnaces and some of this other stuff fairly quickly. So looking at the early logistics stuff that we have, we should be able to make transfer nodes. Transfer nodes are just very simple. They're just a little bit of redstone, a little bit of pipe, a little bit of glass, which we need to start thinking about the glass right now. So glass is cobblestone, and a bowl and a thing, or a pickaxe gets us some gravel, that gets us some sand that I can then toss into one of these guys and have it smelt up for me. So go to town. All right, now that'll let me do a little bit more better job over here of crafting this, so I don't have to sit here and continuously move at least the charcoal around. So that's cool. All right. So if I wanted to say I wanted to let one of these just sit here and run, so say we want to continuously make redstone. It's not too terribly hard to do. We just need to make a couple of pickaxes, and I'll just make a few of these, which we can also automate that crafting process. I've got the bowls. I just want to make a bunch of sticks now, so let's just make a whole lot of sticks right now, which I will go ahead and eventually automate here in just a couple of minutes probably. Give me some more cobblestone, please. And some levers, and we're just going to have it grind out some of these redstones for just a little bit. Where is that? More cobblestone, more wood, more levers, and we'll just go ahead and use up what we can of that. Awesome. All right, and I will toss this in here. So in order to set up the recipe in this, we can either do the old find the recipe and shift click it, or we can just place the stuff in the crafting area. And the lever, now that needs to go over there. Whoop, this needs to go like that. And toss the levers in, and it will slowly crank out the redstone. And while it's at it, I want to make a chest for that, which we already have a chest actually. So let's go ahead and put this guy down, and I'm going to use the item translocator currently, since it's what I have, to move stuff out of that guy into the chest, just for sake of, you know, being careful. There we go. These, if you break them when they have something in this inventory, will lose all of the items in the inventory. So you do have to kind of pay attention to that a little bit. Whether or not that's a bug, I have no idea. So we have a little bit of glass now. Excellent. And I have plenty of stone. So let's go ahead and get a couple of these made up. So I need this and that and that and this and some glass. And some redstone makes us some transfer pipe. No biggie on making a lot of this. This is going to be what we're going to use for quite a while. I mean, I do have the availability of thermodynamics and all that other good stuff, but for right now, I don't need to be worrying about that. So I'm going to put that in there. So, except I need that. Let's make us a transfer node or two, which should be this right here. So let's grab about, I don't know, 20 of those for the current point in time. And I'm going to go ahead and just break this down. Is that the good one or the bad one? There's the good one. Okay, just wear this guy out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and break these down. Goodbye, furnace. Yep, lost one. And I want to make another wood barrel. Very cool. All right. This let's see, I want to start this maybe just, this is all going to be very temporary because we're going to be building some more islands and moving a few things around. I just want to have this automated for the time being because there's going to be a bunch of stuff I need to do before anything else can happen. So let's go ahead and I need some of this. 1, 2, 3, 4 with transfer nodes on top of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 furnaces making charcoal for us. And I should be able to make a storage drawer. I think. I need a little bit more wood. Storage drawers is in the pack as well as many other mods, so it's awesome. So I can grab this guy and put him down and put that on it. So now anything that comes out of those will immediately be put into that drawer. And we're going to put a transfer node on the back of that drawer and fill all of the coal into their charcoal into the sides. And on the top, we will then go ahead and mount a transfer node here with the barrel. And if I just go ahead and toss this charcoal in there, that will spread back around and those guys should go back to work. So automated charcoal, pretty simple, not very hard. Love that I don't have to worry about cutting trees down for that, but that will allow me to be able to then produce a couple of other furnaces. So we'll go ahead and do 3 here and extend this pipe over. And I'm going to place a chest right, let's see, I don't want it to touch that. So we need to do this, this, and this. So we'll put our input chest right there. No. Thank you. Input chest here, chest, and output chest on the bottom. 1, 2. That's going to end up into that, isn't it? Yes. Nuts. Too close. All right, well, we'll just do 2 furnaces then for right now. We have to be able to make a wrench in order to wrench these pipes, and I don't have an available wrench at this point in time, so we won't worry about it. We'll just do this. And this is just so that we can go ahead and craft various things like the iron. So, all right, iron is up. I have a bunch of sand. I want at least one of those to smelt on and get that going. A bunch of more charcoal that I don't really need. Why are you guys not working? They're slow. That's why they're not working. Oh, well, let's just do that and this, and you can have what's left of that, and then you can get a little bit of this, and no, I don't want you smelting that. Thank you very much. They'll catch up. There we go. Okay, cool. So a little bit of auto crafting going on here. This is going to take care of this little process. I'm going to grab a bit more of this iron, or this cobblestone here real quick. And we are going to make a little bit of compressed cobblestone. Just a little bit. There we go. And just going to toss that in there and let it work. Except I ran out of charcoal. Awesome. Give me a little bit of that. You're not doing anything. Okay, go to work. All right, so we've got at least that sorted out for the moment. Put those away. Grab that redstone. Are you finished? You are finished because you ran out of a pickaxe. Have another one, please. Go ahead. Okay, so that might be a pretty good place to give us a stopping point. This is the kind of thing that's going to happen. We're going to have to take a general raw resource like that and make it into something else. So the pickaxes, at least for early game, are going to be something that we have to automate. So we have to automate the creation of iron. So that's going to be automating the creation of compressed cobblestone. There are other things that we can do. There is the sand recipe, of course, that we have, which is gravel. Gravel, of course, is cobblestone. Both of these are going to be used in a later process. Let's see if I can get it. I mean, we have the tinker's stuff. We have grout. Where are they? Compressed sand. Compressed sand is usable to get copper, and I believe compressed gravel is used to get tin, I think. Where's the furnace recipe? So there's various early game recipes that we're going to have to go ahead and get automated just so that we can make some of the basic stuff. So I don't have to necessarily automate it right now because, you know, you really don't need a lot of copper and tin early game. So we're just going to kind of play around. Redstone for sure I will have to get something set up for so that it can continue to work. But anyhow, I think that's a pretty good start. I will kind of continue to make a few things. I'm probably going to build a couple little more islands or something. I don't know how I want to build this base. It's not gigantic as it sits right now, but at least it will, you know, it will be doable and usable. So looks like an eyeball, doesn't it? Cool. Anyhow, I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. I'm probably going to be recording a few of these back to back just to get some kind of content up so I can have something to post. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.